What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 90 of WCW. I'm Swarls, and we are really close to Wrestle War 95. We might make it there this stream, but it's going to be close because we do have a Super Viernes, a Nitro, a Saturday night that isn't here for some reason, and then another Super Viernes before we get to it. So we'll see. First up, we're gonna have a Super Viernes though, so let's get to that. Did you change your locker room stooges? No. It's still Randy Savage. Stooge is an interesting one because that's the... In most of the saves I've played, there's usually only like one person that's suited for it, or none. Sometimes there's no one suited for it. You have to have like a really specific kind of personality. Canada, still going strong. Alright, here we go. Super Viernes, no nights off. Let's see, we've been to Centro, we've been to Noreste. The problem with these other areas is they don't seem to have arenas the size we need. Oh, we're in big boy arenas. Hold on. Let's go like 5 to 14. Oh, still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. And we got something here in Sureste. 86. Yeah, we can run here. Sure. We're going to the Yucatan, baby. That's a long trip. Let's go. Alright. Creative energy. I have no idea what we need. We do have a pay-per-view coming up, though, soonish, so let's get some finishes. Nick, hello. Are you ready for Super Viernes? Near certainty for Brian Pillman. Okay. Near certainty for Arn Anderson. Someone in this booking team is trying to tempt me into switching titles. Because they know Pillman has a Triple Crown match at Wrestle War, and they know Arn's getting the title shot at Slamboree. They're like, I got a good idea if you want to switch those belts. Just throwing it out there. Espanto Jr. has showed up. I do not know Espanto Jr. He seems bad. He seems bad and no one knows him, so we're going to pass. El Supremo. He just wants to hang out. You know, he can hang out. That's fine. Got some training. Psychosis is getting ribbed because he's been being influenced by Sting. Even taking on some of his mannerisms. Psychosis doing the woo before he does the spot. We love to see it. Paraguayo yelled at Shivani. Oh no, sorry. They've been getting along. The opposite of that. Maybe he yelled at him how much he likes him. El Canek wants to be a chief enforcer. You know what? I haven't checked any of that stuff since we hired all these luchadors. Maybe he would be a better chief enforcer. I should look at that. Alright. What did we do on this show last week? Pero Savage promo leads to a brawl, sure. Blue Panther defeated Norman Smiley. Norman is center of the match. American Love Machine defeated Taka to retain the NWA World Light Heavyweight title, sure. Machine wants Ultimate. Connect wants CML Heavyweight title. Oren Plata defeated Lasertron and Chavo. Steve Austin makes his debut. No one here is on his level, sure. El Dandy, Pirata Morgan, and Viana 3 defeated Atlantis. I mean, this is Lucha, baby. Alright, let's look at our storylines here for Super Viernes. We have 3. We have Astro and Connect. I mean, Connect just said he wanted the World Heavyweight title. That sounds like a trios match to me, baby. Norman is upset about losing to Blue Panther. Blue Panther is a heel for whatever reason, so that's weird. And then we have Perro, Guayo, and Randy Savage. That's cold. That's surprising that that's cold. I guess they've just been... They haven't wrestled yet. We should fix that. All right. I'm sorry, what were you asking earlier? All right. Who's teaming with Randy Savage? I guess that's really the question. Oh, I like that Steve Austin is here. I hadn't considered that. That would be a fun tag match. Sending the WCW champion all the way down to the Yucatan to work a tag match with Macho Man. Brother, we're booking a main event. Even though it's going to get dinged for being cold. They're going to take on Perro. I don't know who Perro's friends are. I mean, we could basically pick whoever we want, right? So let's go. Let's just go with whoever is over. Who's over in Mexico? American Love Machine is over. Obviously, Atlantis and Blue Demon are over, but they're the tag champs, so I kind of want to keep them together. Felino is decently over. I don't think we've even booked Felino yet. Perro, that's who we're voting right now. Oh, Rayo de Jalisco is over. Okay. Do we want Rayo or do we want Felino? Like I said, I don't know if we've booked Felino yet. Maybe that's the deciding factor. Also, like, Felino could probably get pinned if we want to go that route. Like, Randy Savage could probably get a tainted win over Felino. I think that would be fine. Beautiful. All right. What do we need on this brand again? We need High Spots or Steal the Show and Tech Masterclass. Right. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another Blue Panther Tech Masterclass. But this time he's going to wrestle not Norman Smiley. He's going to wrestle... Wow, 50-80 Tech for Too Cold. I assume that's on the lower end. Chavo? He could wrestle Chavo. Sasuke is really good tech. Okay, great. I'm going to give them like 14 tech masterclass. And I'm going to give Blue Panther another tainted victory. A lot of tainted victories here. And then after the match, I want Norman Smiley to come to the ring and like yell at the referee and be like, he cheated. You missed it. How did you miss it? What, are you blind? You know, and then Panther's going to be like, get out of here. What do you mean? What cheating? Hey. It's me, Blue Panther. What murders? Oh wow, we need 80%. I love this product. I'm so glad we made this product. I'm so glad we gave this brand a different product. Oh, we can simply book matches. It's so mwah. You love to see it. Didn't we give... I thought we gave Piper a storyline on this brand. Am I making that up? I mean, there's no storyline, but maybe I just forgot to start it. no, we haven't really. Okay, well, let's give him one. I mean, Piper's here to cut promos. You know, I forgot to check in this region if it's still English and Spanish. I would assume it is, but we are in the Yucatan, so maybe it's not. I should have double checked that. Let me do this. Let me look at match and look at heels. Yeah, who's like a heel, like a young heel that could, Kato Kung Lee Jr.? I mean, this guy's got upside. I don't know. It would help if this person could promo. Oro Pirata Morgan. Taka? Question mark? I don't think he's gonna do any jobs. Viano can talk, but that's not really, you know, that's not really what we're looking for here. But Viano and Piper could be fun, actually. And Viano's a brawler. Piper's a brawler. Fuck it. Piper and Viano. That sounds fun. Oops, wrong button. I don't know. When we bought CMLL, this was the one Viano there was, and I didn't ask questions. Alright, so we're going to do an angle where Piper is going to just kind of cut a general, I'm here, I'm Roddy Piper, I'm calling out the best guy. I came here to Super Viernes to wrestle the best from all around the world, blah, blah, blah. And then Viano's going to come out and kick his ass. Okay. That's like the one long thing we have to book. Too much Felino and too much Grace Hasuke. Well, you know what? Why don't you guys shut up? We need to steal the show or a high spots match. We can do that. We can do that fucking all day. Atlantis is recognizable. That's great. Lasertron is recognizable. Alright. So we tried Lasertron and Chavo because I just assumed they would have chemistry, and they didn't, which sucked. So let's try Lasertron and Lizmark Jr. against Kato Kung Lee Jr. and Taka Michinoku. Steal the show. Winner. Lasertron. Make this open. Bing bong boom. Let's do a big six-man. Let's do Super Astro and the Tag Champs. That's a big champions team. Tag champion, the world champ. Maybe this is the main event. So that's Super Astro. Although Pero is like the biggest star in Mexico, so it's probably still Pero. Super Astro, Atlantis, and Blue Demon Jr. will take on Connect. It should probably be El Dandy. I should probably stop doubting El Dandy. Although I kind of like El Canek and the Gringos teaming with Chris Candido and Doug Furness, especially since this won't be a main event. I think that's fun. Although Brazo probably has some pop, and he's a heel. We haven't booked Brazo yet. And you know what? This is a heavyweight match. Let's get our big boys out here. Let's get Canek, Brazo, fucking Giant Warrior. Is that insane? Just get the biggest fucking team we could get. Yeah, fuck it. That's a match. Look at this storyline. Canek is good. Astro needs the win, which is great because Giant Warrior is on the other team. So let's have Super Astro pin Giant Warrior. We need 5 more minutes. We can do that. Many people are being used too much on this show, and we don't care. El Dandy, can you promo, my man? I know I've been accused of doubting El Dandy. Maybe? El Dandy cook test. El Dandy is gonna go out there and say he's the best, baby. You know who I am? I'm fucking El Dandy. That might be in perfect order. Oh wait, no. We have to open with the Tech Masterclass. I'm sorry. That could have been a fatal mistake. Long front. Yeah, that 8 segments is probably the least segments I've booked on a show in a long time. Love it. 78% matches. Now we're talking. I have no idea what this is gonna get. We're in the Yucatan. I don't know. 85. Also, we're going to get a million penalties for all these guys being on the show too much. But that's what the show's for. We're trying to get these guys over in America, you know? I mean, 75. That off to a good start. We like that. And we got a 58 for Norman coming out and being like, hey, he cheated. And then Blue Panther going, what do you mean? At some point, we're going to do, like, Tech Masterclass tag matches. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, we had 69 for this. Lasertron carried. Lasertron big time carried. Kato Kung Lee got a 50, so he needs... Oh, he's doing a martial arts gimmick, and Taka is Taka. This probably should be a team I keep doing. I should probably keep doing Kato Kung Lee Jr. and Taka. You know, sometimes things just work themselves out. And Taka debuted his he is Taka motherfucker gimmick, which is adequate. Sure. His martial arts gimmick is legitimate? Oh, okay. It's not like a joke? Alright, okay, well. I will never doubt El Dandy again. I am now officially El Dandy pilled. We're gonna make him the fucking... By 1997, this man will be the WCW champion. I'm gonna create an alternate timeline where... The idea that someone would make a joke about El Dandy seems preposterous. 79, I will take that. Considering this match had Giant Warrior in it, Giant Warrior got a 52. That's not that bad. I mean, it's not as good as these other guys, but it's not that bad. El Brazo's Rudo gimmick is awful? Disagree. Uh, 73... A 47 for the beatdown is rough. This got the wrong kind of heat. We wanted people to be mad that he cut off the Piper promo, but they were just, like, actually mad. Like, how dare you? We paid money for this. $81. Interesting. I'm assuming we got dinged for the storyline. Yes, we got dinged for the low heat. That sucks. Although, honestly, wrestling rating 77 is kind of shocking. Perro got a 69? Is he not over in this part? Like, what the fuck happened? We got a 78 because, as mentioned, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably 5 to 10 points taken off this show, just for overusing people. That's rough. That's rough. Well, we're just gonna keep trudging along until those guys get over. So we will take some beatings in the meantime. It's because of the length of the segment. These are all long matches. People didn't... Like, imagine if you turned on AEW and they gave a 20-minute match to, like, one of the Outrunners. Like, yeah, it's one segment, but I didn't want to see Truth Magnum have a 20-minute match, you know? Sorry to all the Truth Magnum heads out there. We made 200 grand. It's fine. I couldn't think of, like, a shitty AEW wrestler. Oh, I should have said, like, the one Gunn that's healthy. Austin. You don't want to see a 20-minute Austin Gunn singles match, you know? So you would complain that there was too much Austin Gunn on the show. Pirata Morgan thinks Liz Mark Jr. is not charismatic. All right. Thank you. Steve Austin did complain about this last week, and then I forgot, and then I sent him to the Yucatan to wrestle a tag match. Whoops. A million people watch Super Viernes. I'm happy with that. Let's check our inner circle just in general. I don't think we've touched it, like, since the mod started. You know, I don't think he's going to beat out any of these people that have it already. Yeah, no, these... That's pretty good. Actually, Rick Rude is considered the toughest guy in the locker room, and he is not one of the enforcers. So really, Rick Rude should be an enforcer. We should probably remove Terry Funk, who is currently an enforcer, although that'll make Terry mad. Oh, this says he's considered the toughest person. That's interesting, but he's a class clown. Hold on. Didn't it say Rick was... Did I read that wrong? They're both the toughest... I guess it's because they're different brands? I don't know. I'm still gonna take Terry off and put Rick Rude in. Don't get mad, Terry. Don't get mad, Terry. Oh, we made a... Oh, no. Oh, we made a lot of... Well, will you guys feel better if Rick's in? Kurt's happy. Okay, only Kurt. All right. I mean, let's check the rest of these, although considering how much we made people mad, maybe we don't want to change any of these, but I'm curious if there's been any, like... Oh, there are that many people? Oh, there are a lot of people that could be... Okay. His irresponsible personality is well suited to the role? How? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we're not gonna touch this. There's too many people. Is Arn still the best road agent? Yes. Is Nick Patrick still the best ref? Yes. Is Bobby tired of getting yelled at? Wow, this many people could. Okay, let's give someone besides Bobby in here. Let's have him stop getting yelled at for a little bit. Oh, irrepressible, not irresponsible. Okay, okay. Oh, who do we want to let get yelled at for a while? Jim Ross. Like, Lance Storm, the morale officer, is a funny bit. Are you guys having fun? I am here to make sure everyone is happy. Yeah, fuck it, Lance Storm. Bobby's gonna be mad that I take this away from him, but he should be glad. Oh no, he's not mad. He's like, hell yeah, finally. I'm Lance Storm. I am a people person. Great. Chris is happy. I have no idea. Lance Storm should probably be like business. What's the one called? Like I forget what it's called. Like old business or something like that. Yeah, he's not a people person. But hey, listen, we're gonna take advantage of it. Let's check Stooge. Because I think last time we checked, it was literally only Randy Savage. Yeah, it's still the same. It's literally only Randy Savage. Alright. That was that. Gordon Soley is like an equally funny morale officer. Just, are you guys having a good time? Is everyone having fun back here? Everyone having a good time in Manitoba tonight? Okay, 800,000 for WCW Saturday Night. Hey, it's me, Moondog Rex. Listen. I'm trying to get to the pay-per-view. I don't want to spend a bunch of time like looking for people on the roster. Or I'm trying to blitz through these. Nitro time. All right, where? I should probably figure out where the pay-per-view is happening. Let's go Midwest for the pay-per-view, so I'll go Mid-South for the go-home show. Now we have to move this back to big boy size. Alright, last time we were here, we went to Kansas. Alright, well, let's not... let's not this time. Are these outdoor? These are outdoor stadiums. Jeez, we're gonna... Running an outdoor stadium... Actually, you know what? Texas in April is probably, like, the best time to do it, because it'd be too hot in the summer. Yeah, fuck it. Let's run it. Let's run an outdoor stadium for Nitro. Alright, let's keep stacking creative finishes for Wrestle War. A near certainty for Tenru. Okay, that's not going to help us for Wrestle War, but it's still good to have. Big gamble. No, thank you. Oh, you know what? I do have in my notes down here, fix JPL momentum. I remember that we tanked it last episode. Let's get some character ideas. Hey, there we go. There's a safe bet. And there's a near certainty. All right. We need those. Shivani went to Wrestler's Court because he didn't go to a locker room meeting. Stan said, buy everyone beer. Tony was like, no skin off my back. That sounds like a good time to me. Yeah, he was happy with that. Marty and Linus Suzuka got into a huge row. Row? I forget. Lance Storm got yelled at by Sabu. Okay. Got some training from Tenru. We got some training from Steamboat. Ultimo Dragons and Ron Simmons were getting along well backstage. All right. All right. Sean Waltman and Masato Tanaka. That was just a match-ass match. Dustin challenges. Oh, we wrote off Ron, right? Okay, so that's not a triple threat anymore. I have to remember what we did. I didn't update my notes. This is on me. Sabu Pillmanizes Ron. Dustin is late in making the save. Ron's gonna be mad, so it's a triple threat next pay-per-view. Okay, I didn't update that. That's on me. So we'll have Ron do a run into that match. And on Dustin. This also sounds like Ron is turning heel. Or at the very least, he's gonna be conflicted. He has no reason. Let's prepare him to turn. Fuck it. Although he can't turn at the pay-per-view. Should have. Well, he'll turn eventually. All right. Well, I don't think Sabu and Dustin have like wrestled each other at all. They've. So this sounds like we're doing some kind of big tag match. All right, Steve Austin yelled at me for working too much. So let's give him and Stan a promo. That's Sting. There we go. Steve Austin. Stan. Steve's like, oh boy, yeah, I'm working too hard. My body's breaking. Gotta give me some time off. I'm like, all right, fine. We'll give you one night off, and then you gotta wrestle Stan Hansen in a pay-per-view match. You'll be fine. This is basically the same promo they've been doing. Stan's like, I got one more run in me. You're not gonna stop me from getting my last run. And then Steve was just like, you're an old man. It's 1995, you dinosaur. No, I don't think it's a gimmick match. I think they're gonna do like 20 slow builds. Match. Let's do a 3v3. Let's when in doubt, right? Let's do Sting. Let's do Big Van Vader. Actually, these guys have been teaming. I mean, they're friends, so it makes sense. But let's change up a little bit. Let's do Sting. Let's do Kenta Kobashi. Let's do Dustin Rhodes. And then let's do Brian Pillman. Let's do Masawa. And let's do Sabu. Which is like very similar to the 6-man tag we ran like a week ago or whatever, or 2 weeks ago and got a 99, but let us cook. Alright, who needs the juice here? Dustin is fairly poor, so it looks like Dustin could use it. Let's do Dustin. Oh, Sabu's gonna say no. That's why he's so poor. Alright. Maybe Dustin can win by DQ. Because Sabu would just like hit him with a weapon. That's something Sabu would do. Yeah, he's cool with that. All right, great. And then let's end it with a big brawl. 5 minutes. Hype. Sting. Fighting. Sting's fighting Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman's friend is Bam Bam Bigelow, so he's out there. And bam, here comes Big Van Vader. He's fighting too. And then Dustin, he was already out there. He's fighting Sabu. And Misawa and Kobashi, they're fighting. We gotta go see you at Wrestle War. We don't call them all-star tags. We do them. I was gonna say we do them too often, but he does them every week. We can start doing matches for money, but like with 1990s dollar amounts, that would be very funny. Like the $10,000 6-man tag or whatever instead of 100. Look at storylines here. We have in fact done the old. Oh, we did 8-man with Bull. Hey, Cynthia Moreno, did you get to recognizable? What the fuck is going on? She's still unimportant? Oh, but she has momentum. Okay, that's she has very more momentum. That's how we've been getting away with it. I think we're still gonna try to belt her up. The $1 Battle Royal. The $500 Battle Royal. Hey, look, at the time, you could buy a lot with $500. Have we done this? We've probably done this. Have we done Ultimo and Cynthia against Bull and Negro Casas? That seems like something we've probably done. No. They were just... Okay. Cook. Like actually genuinely cook. Like, steal the show. See what happens. I have no idea. My man, Negro Casas, probably needs... I don't know, he's got fairly good. I'm surprised. Because Ultimo, does not want a job to him. Everyone's got good. Let's give Bull, a tainted win here. To set up the Cynthia win at the pay-per-view. All right. This isn't Super Viernes. We gotta do some promos. Rick Rude, and to a much lesser extent, Marty Jannetty are going to talk shit about Steve Regal and Owen. Oh yeah, we got to do those. I did just get 2 character ideas. We have to go give them to JPL real dad because we fucked him last episode. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, he's got chili momentum. Safe bet. Come on. Success? Okay. Still cooled. We really... Alright. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Near certainty. Near certainty. That wouldn't fail us. Okay, apparently that worked. He has warm momentum. Now, if we could get it one more, he would have very warm, which would be good for us. Actually, he should be recognizable as is. At, like, low 40s. Maybe it's just because his momentum was so bad. Maybe, like, next time he... I don't know. We'll see. Jumbo and Terry are just fighting each other, right? Like, that's their whole thing, is just like, they're fighting. I don't know. Who knows why? Yeah, they just literally bumped into each other and started fighting. And then they've been doing a lot of brawling. Okay. That checks out. I mean, I really just want to do them and then Vader and Bam Bam, but I know for a fact I did that match like a week or two ago. So let's do one of these classic things where it's like Eric Bischoff in the ring. Like, you know, Jumbo and Terry Gordy, you guys have been tearing each other apart, but, you know, the WCW board wants you out here. Oh, Jumbo's not a background player. You know, you've both promised to make no contact until Wrestle War this Sunday on pay-per-view. So we just want to get some final words from you guys. And they're going to have some real tense moments. They're going to try to goad each other into punching each other, but it's not going to happen. So we have Vader and Bam Bam. We have Owen and Steve. Vader can simply squash somebody. That's always an option. Why kill one of our guys? Let's bring a local in. Okay, this is scary, but yeah, we're just looking at ladies. Okay, this is still kind of scary, but surely there's someone here who can sell good. Oh, Jimmy James. That is an unfortunate looking face. I don't know how else to say that without sounding rude. This guy, Mark Youngblood. Yeah, Mark Youngblood's really good at selling. Yeah, Riley, what's up, man? I feel like we've probably brought in Mark Youngblood to lose to Vader before. Let's find out. Oh shit, Mongo was there? I didn't even notice because I was just looking at their, Oh, you were just saying that guy's a... Yeah. Never mind. I see what you're saying now. I really wasn't looking at the thing. Alright. Let's go. Let's just book this fucking match. Big Van Vader, Mark Youngblood. I have not had him squash him. All right, great. 6 minutes. Vader win. Fight. Actually, they're fighting at the end of the show. Do I really need... They probably don't need to fight here. You know what? Why am I denying people of more Vader and Bam Bam fighting? Why would I do that? They can fight twice. Why can't they fight twice? What has gotten into me that I think those guys can't do that? Did we? No, these guys. No, Kawada has very warm. Okay. All right, who are you guys gonna beat? All right, let's bring someone up. Looking for faces to possibly get killed. We got young Chris Daniels. Yeah, young Chris Daniels. Yeah, young Chris Daniels is getting a nice little push in Smoky Mountain. Let's bring up young Chris Daniels. Cursed with hair Chris Daniels, who's going to team with his good friend Johnny Smith to lose to Taue and Kawada. I'll give them like 8. 6. It's got a deaf guy in the match. Let's not go crazy. Thanks for coming, Chris Daniels. And we still need like 7 minutes. That is surprising. Owen and Regal have not spoken. Ron is selling an injury. Let's get Ron Simmons injury update. Then that'll be 1 point for his heel turn. Although that is not that's only like 4 minutes. Outside broadcast video. Let's call this tease. Let's do like Dusty Rhodes, who is the leader, of course, of the Nightmares, visiting Ron at his home or in the hospital. At his home, visiting Ron in his home, going like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about what happened. You know, I can't believe everything fell apart like that." Like he's there for Ron, but like the whole time he's really talking more about like Dustin and Sabu, and you can see that Ron is like annoyed about that. All right, and then we have another 3 minutes. Um, 4 minutes backstage. Inoki, Kobashi. Before he goes out there for the 6-man tag, fires him up. You're going to win the 6-man tag. You're going to beat Misawa at Wrestle War. This is what we've been training for. This is what you're ready for. And, he'll slap him as he always does. It's 3 minutes. That's probably not. That's probably not 4 minutes of content. Oh, I didn't do a storytelling match. It's the one thing I had to do, and I didn't do it. I don't want to do the main event. I gave these guys cook. I really want them to cook. Holy Demon Army. No, that doesn't make any sense either. I guess this match is no longer a cook match. It's a storytelling match. That's a shame. I wanted to see them go for it. All right, what are we opening the show with? I guess the Austin Hansen promo. That makes the most sense. And then right into a Vader squash match. Then we have these guys brawling early, have them brawling late. This goes up here. Let's also put this up here. That's a show. I don't know. I mean, a 6-man's very similar to this got a 99 like 2 weeks ago, but I don't think this will get a 99. I don't think Dustin and Sabu are going to have a 99 match. So I don't know. I think the show can get like a 91. All right, 99 promo. That's a good start. That was the right thing to open the show. We got that right. 70 squash match, as is tradition. Thank you for coming, Mark Youngblood. 92 for the big 5-minute fight. People do love that. These guys out there just throwing ham hocks. I assume we're doing the whole like sending 50 referees in the ring, and they're all getting tossed around by these two behemoths. Like I assume we're doing that whole thing. 66 for this, which is fine, but we're really telling stories here, you know. 70, that is also fine. 77 for Kawada, very good. I think we gotta get these tag titles on Owen and Regal, which also makes sense. That's the story we've been telling for them for a long time. And then have them defend against Holy Demon Army. I think that'll be a cool match. Turns out the secret to booking is just like, that's a cool match. We should book it. And sometimes it's that easy. This was fine. Terry did a bad job. Crazy that of these two, Jumbo is the one you're like, I trust him. Old dependable promo Jumbo Saruta. But whatever. 77. Okay, if we would have let them cook, they might have gone crazy. But we'll take a 77. That's fine. I mean, hard carried by Ultimo. Ultimo is the GOAT. Ultimo might never lose this light heavyweight title because there's no one he can drop it to. But that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. 100 promo for Rick Rude. Okay. All right, big dog. I see you. We let him cut this promo by himself, and he was like, I'm going to remind them that I'm Rick fucking Rude, and I should not be in a tag team with Marty Jannetty. And I was like, you know what? You're right, big dog. 75, that's fine. This is a 3-minute thing. Main event, 88. We'll take it. As mentioned, did not think Dustin... Although Dustin got an 82. Dustin was good in this match. Rick Rude should win a world title. How do you think Rick Rude feels about being the CMLL World Heavyweight Champion? I think he might be into it. I think he'd have a good match with Super Astro. I don't think he's been the world champion either. I think he was the U.S. champion, but I don't think I ever made him the world champion. And then 92 for the big fight. That went really well. Usually when I send a million people out here like this, there's usually at least one guy that does a bad job, but not here. Which checks. I mean, these... I don't think any of these guys would be bad at fighting. 90. Oh, I didn't get the bonus. Did I accidentally make like everything hype because it's a go home show? I might have done that. Yeah, we made 900K. Cool. Pop recap. Maritimes. There's some good brawling and hardcore stats for Natsushi Onita. Uh, Paulie also watched that promo and was like, "Get Marty out of here." Oh, Steve, when you get this, you're not even supposed to give him a promo. Oh, okay, damn. Okay. Very small negative impact. Okay, he's gonna be fine, right? Like we don't have to like take the title off him or anything crazy. We just give him a couple weeks off after the pay-per-view. Like a couple weeks, like a week. Got 900,000 for Nitro. Okay, cool. He is on. He is on every show. He's the world champion. That is the weirdly the way that this has become, where we have like the Japan brand that still runs in America, but is a Japanese brand. It's a Mexico brand, and then like the WCW brand. It really has, in a weird way, gone back to like the old school world champion days of like I gotta go to all the territories, you know. I'm in Mexico on Friday, and then on Monday I gotta go up to where I go to Texas, and then Wednesday for the tape in I gotta be in Atlanta. Like it really is that kind of old school world champion schedule. I gotta go to British Columbia for this goddamn house show. Yeah, he's absolutely working that. Oh, we could probably. That's one thing we could probably do. We could go, hey, stop working house shows. Who fucking. We're drawing 80 people in the middle of nowhere. You don't have to go to those. Yeah. Stop going to house shows. Good call. Alright, we're 4 days away from Wrestle War, but we gotta book a Saturday night and a Super Viernes before then. Let's see if we can do it. It is only 9 o'clock, so maybe. The problem is gonna be, what the fuck is going on Saturday night? Let's go to the old Southeast. This time we went to Alabama. I mean, I just said Atlanta. Let's do Atlanta. Pre-show incidents. Uh-oh. A small fire means that tonight's venue has to temporarily evacuate while the blaze is tackled. It's a fairly minor inconvenience and will have no impact on attendance, but it does mean that you won't have as much time as normal to hold your regular booking meeting. As a result, the amount of creative energy that you can generate is going to be reduced. Fucking Vince McMahon set a fire in the Omni so I could get less creative finishes. I mean, 167 is still a lot. A bit of a gamble. Also, we do also need character ideas still. Big gamble. No, come on, guys. Finish. All right, we got one near certainty. I'll take that. I guess forgive the night off, which I always immediately skip. Maybe, like, I'm not going to book him on this show. Maybe I should have given him the night off. Maybe that would have actually helped. Ah, well. Duke Drozy. No. Ogawa. Yeah, man. I feel like with the amount of one-night deals we've given Ogawa, maybe we should just sign him back. Orders went to Wrestler's Court. Stan Hansen was the judge. He's not even supposed to be here. Bought beer for everybody. Wasn't paying attention. It's fine. Razor Ramon and Richard Slinger got into a huge fight. They're both annoyed. Sherry had an argument with Mike Atkins, a referee. Alright, everyone's like... Okay, I guess there was a fire. So I guess everyone's outside milling about and just, on edge because there's a fire, and now we've got a bunch of fights going on. And then Cactus Jack ribbed everybody, and they were like, "Ah, Cactus, boy, these just keep going." Oh, okay, all right. Tenru passing out tips to his protege. That's good. The building is on fire because of JPL. Are you calling JPL an arsonist? That's what it sounds like. All right, there we go. All right, let's all like chill. You know, let's do some team bonding. We created some new tensions with me and Terry Funk. Oh, he's mad at us because we took him out of the Enforcer. And Terry Funk and Vampiro. You know, this was a bad idea. Oh, we created new tensions between Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. But they're such good friends. Oh, no. Alright, what did we do on the show last week? They finally beat up Steamboat. Okay, so we got that. Richard saying the Gilbert Brothers beat Terry Funk, Jun Akiyama, and Razor Ramon. Battlecat beat Jeff Hardy. Steve Austin, of course, cut a promo. That's why he's so tired. Ken Shamrock beat Al Perez. Shamrock posted a fight. Randy Anderson and Kurt Hennig beat Avalanche and Dave Finley. Jack, which was not a good main event. After the match, blood drops from the ceiling on Eddie because spooky. Boy, I had really just I really phoned that one in, huh? All right. You know what? Let's start the show with Eddie Guerrero. Marching out to the ring. Vampiro, I'm tired of this bullshit dropping blood on me from the ceiling. I don't want to play any more of your games. Why don't you come out here and fight me like a man? And then he, of course, is not going to do that. And he's going to go like, you know, we fight when I say we fight, blah, 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 you're wrestling Mortis. Which I think we've done already, but we can do it again. Demands match with Vampiro, but womp womp. Yeah, it's Mortis. The thing about Eddie Guerrero and Mortis is they could have a good match. They got a 79 last time I booked it. I'm going to give them storytelling, though. And I'm going to put Vampiro at ringside. And I think the story is going to be Eddie is, like, playing to Vampiro the whole time. Like, every time he does a big move to Mortis, he, like, looks over at Vampiro. Like, that kind of stuff. TV title not on the line. Thank you for asking, Gabe. All right, Steamboat. Steamboat got Horseman beat down last week, so I think wow, back-to-back at-home promos. Crazy. Ricky Steamboat from home, basically going, you know, I knew you guys were up to something. I didn't know. I should have seen it coming. That's on me. But Ric Flair, when I get back, the other guys in the group, you're gonna get what's coming to you too. But Ric Flair, you orchestrated this. When I get back, I'm gonna get my hands on you, etc., etc. Going over their long history, etc. All right. I am booking this show backwards, or as many people would say, the normal way, as I'm booking the opening of the show first instead of the main event. All right, so with that said, what is the main event? We're giving Arn the title shot. That hasn't been announced yet, and I don't think it should be until after the title match at the pay-per-view. So Arn should probably just like win a match. I think that's a good idea. I think Arn can just win. Ogawa, that's why you're here, buddy. To get your spine busted. Listen, we all have our ways. Some ways are just more correct than other ways. That's all. Alright. I'm supposed to be gassing up Tenryu and Martel for a tag team title run. I don't think I've booked them together as a tag team yet. Because they've kind of been involved with that stuff with Steamboat and whatnot. So let's give Tenryu and Rick Martel a match. Against, I don't know. Fulton and Rogers. Actually, you probably build up the Fulton and Rogers. Let's start with the Italians. They could be. Have we done this? We have done this. We did this 3 weeks ago. All right, I guess then they have built up to Fulton. Unless we also did this. No, we haven't. All right, great. Give this a little bit of time. Let's give Tenryu the win. You know what? Let's. I don't think they need to cut a full-fledged promo. So why don't we just do the old belt motion afterwards? I don't even remember if they're in a feud with the Steiners yet, but if they're not, they will be soon. Okay. I still have not booked a main event. I really should do that. What storyline on this brand is hot? That's probably the hottest. Catch Club Breakup. Very hot. That's surprising. Hotter than Flair Steamboat. Really? Really? Alright. Steiners will... Okay. They are in a feud. That's good to know. That is the hottest, but we're not doing that. Okay, the hottest feud, kind of shockingly, is Severn and Shamrock, so they will be having the main event tonight. I mean, not in like a singles match, but we'll cook up something. Oh, Richard Slinger and Terry Funk are in a feud, but can't have singles matches with each other. So they would be perfect for this, but that's not a main event. Let's do Cactus and Dr. Death as the partners. Let's do Ken and Dr. Death against Dan and Cactus. Unless we did this already. No. Cool. Who needs this? US title. They're both fairly good. That's surprising. Catch Club Breakup. Shamrock is poor. Shamrock needs a win. Let's do Ken Shamrock beating Dan. Let's do Bosch Interference from Harley. right. Oh, Avalanche, we're still doing the thing with him where, like, Sherry is swooning over Kurt Hennig. How far have we gotten with that? Sherry hits on Hennig backstage. Arn and Kurt Hennig defeat Avalanche and Dave Finlay. Avalanche and Sherry bicker after. Okay, so we haven't really. All right, let's do a promo. Let's do like a backstage promo. Where Avalanche goes up to Kurt. And he's like, "Hey, stay away from my woman." And Kurt's like, "What?" I seen the way you two are looking at each other. Don't you go up to her. I'll be keeping my eyes on you, Hennig. And then Kurt's like, "I've never, like, once gone up to Sherry. Honestly, she's terrifying. You two are perfect together. Like, it's all good here, bro. No problem. No, I don't want any issues. You got it, dude." And then Avalanche is gonna like storm off, and then I think Sherry needs to come out afterwards and like flirt with him, and then Kurt has to be like, "No." Dramatic acting? That's what flirting is, right? Yells at Kurt, "Stay away from his woman." Kurt is confused. Okay. Rick isn't on the show, and neither are the Steiners. The Steiners and Rick are all just kind of being talked about. We should fix that. Rick rarely wins a squash match. Really, almost never. Let's do it. Generally, if you are acting while flirting, the relationship is pretty doomed. Yeah, I mean, Sherry and Kurt Hennig relationship is pretty doomed, so that checks. The match we've all been waiting for. Ric Flair. Oh, you know what? He should wrestle Joey Maggs. That's Steamboat's protege. Boom. Oh, him and Arn beat the Italians once. So, that got a 67. Interesting. All right. 6 minutes. I guess that's just enough for Scott Steiner to cut a promo. I mean, the Steiners, but you know. Scott talking. Rick is there. I guess responding to what they saw earlier from Tenryu and Rick Martel. And as they are cool babyface champions, they are going to say, you know, "We saw you making that belt motion, you know, bring it on, you know, wherever, whenever, etc." Whenever, whenever. Wrestle you for the tag team titles. Bing bong. Oh, JPL should win a match. That's true. We do still have like less than 10 minutes if we don't care about going over, which we don't. We don't care about going over. Now the problem... Oh, he is recognizable. Okay. Well, then he's definitely squashing somebody. Z-Man. Z-Man. Oh, he has defeated Z-Man. The Italian Stallion. Okay, never in a singles match. Good enough. All 4 horsemen winning a squash match is crazy. Just bold booking. What are we opening the show with? Oh, we wanted to open with the Eddie. Yeah. Eddie promo. Then Eddie versus Mortis. John Paul. Yeah, that John Paul Vic thing probably goes there. Steiner's Sink should go pretty late, actually. Let's put this Steamboat thing down here. Actually, right before the Flair match would be perfect. I don't like the Steiner's thing being literally right after the belt motions. So let's put this, like... Let's swap these. Oh, I booked too many matches this week. I don't like back-to-back matches at the end. So I guess we'll do back-to-back matches right before the end. I have no idea what the show's gonna get because this main event is iffy. This is a real like mid-carders going last ass main event. I don't know. I'll say the show gets like an 86. 83. That's a fine opening. We like. And a 77. That is worse than the last time we wrestled Mortis. Although I gave them storytelling, so that's probably why. That is a 2-point decline. Mortis is like the worst spooky guy ever. He just, oh, I'm spooky, and then he easily loses. 86 for Tenryu and Martel against the Fantastics. Okay. All right. Okay. Then a 75 for belt motions. People love belt motions. 85 for the Steamboat from Home promo. The classic 70 squash match rating for Flair and Joey Maggs. Mortis isn't even spooky. He's supposed to be. Actually, I don't even know if he was supposed to be in WCW. I think he was just supposed to be like, hey, it's like a Mortal Kombat guy. But in our universe, he is supposed to be spooky. An 80 for this? You know what? We'll take that. Sitcom-ass segment. 67. Hey, a 61 for JPL. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're getting somewhere. And then a 70. That's how you squash him. That's how you squash somebody. 81. Ooh, only an 81 for the Steiner promo. I'm a little surprised. Scott's been doing good. This is what I was afraid of with this main event. 91, 90, 86, 88, 84. Wow. Wow. Haters in the chat for JPL. Unbelievable. Low heat for the US. Yeah, I should have. When Shamrock and Severn was the only storyline with high heat, I should have taken that as a sign that putting it with another one was going to bring it down. But, you know, whatever. 85. I think that's what I said, right? Or did I say 86? I forget. A fine show. I mean, considering there were like 4 squash matches on it, and 85 is pretty good. Made 500 grand. Maritimes. Wow, people want Nick banned for saying he doesn't like Jean-Paul Levesque. And some are saying those people are right. I mean, I don't, it's just what I heard. The thing about the JPL meme is it's not even a meme anymore. He's just really getting over. It's just actually working. Look at how much pop he's gained. Alright. Dick Murdoch in trouble. Oh, he just got in trouble at a show. Not interested. Oh, Kid Cash is back. Cool. I definitely knew he was gone. It's a con to push Triple H. People love Triple H. What do you mean? Everyone loves Triple H. I definitely haven't been bad-mouthing the guy for like 20 years. House show in Quebec for 81 fans. Crab, what's up? You're just in time for our second Super Viernes. I wonder if we could do a show in like the Southwest. Yeah, Southwest is English and Spanish. So does Puerto Rico, obviously, but we won't draw well there. Mid-South. Oh, Mid-South is like Texas. Yeah, sure, that checks out. Yeah, let's try a show in the Southwest, see how that does. We're experimenting here. We're going to do 22,000. Okay, we're back in the States. We should probably go to Los Angeles, right? Yeah, let's go to the Great Western Forum. Pre-show incident. A strike has disrupted the local transport infrastructure and caused significant delays. It'll have no impact on the final attendance, but it does mean that you won't have as much time for our booking meeting. Why does this keep happening? Alright. Finishes for the pay-per-view. Nope. Near certainty for Owen Hart. Okay, that's big. A likely character idea. Likely, okay. That's fine. No strikes here, brother. Is that Mo? No, I think this is just a guy. I don't know who this is. I don't know who you are, sir. So I'm not interested. No, go away. You guys are not luchadors. You're not welcomed here. Blue Panther is being influenced by Ricky Steamboat. That's good, probably. Randy Savage says El Connect wants to be the chief enforcer. Yeah, we looked into it, man. You're not. It's not happening. Lance Storm. I keep thinking this is going to be a fight. I keep forgetting I made Lance Storm the morale officer. Because he shouldn't be. This man is not a morale officer. This is not the look of a man who's trying to make everyone happy. Alright, let's do a little, here we go, boys. We're having a lucha show in California. Let's see how this goes. I don't know. I should probably actually look at my roster. And, like, you know, obviously the American guys. Oh, this is not going to help me because this is not showing. Please show me everyone on Super Viernes. Okay. Like, lucha guys should have popularity in the Southwest. Okay, yeah, most of them do. Like, not as much as they do in Mexico, obviously. But they have some. Blue Panther is still pretty popular. Connect is still pretty alright. Looks like running shows in the States, while a thing we can do, is maybe not the best idea. Yeah, Pero still has a 78 pop. So that's good. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Because I always wanted these guys in this brand, but then we kept them on the other brand because the other brand's light. Let's bring Vampiro and Eddie over. That'll be fun. So you gotta do Eddie. You gotta do Lasertron. And you gotta do Chavito. And then you gotta take on Vampiro. I mean, we could put Mortis, but we could also just do 2 Luchadors. I think that'd probably be more fun. Do we have any spooky Luchadors? Not really. I'm going to give him Oro and Plata. Although, I don't... Oh, that's not really a main event. But whatever. Brother, Art Bar is here every week. He's American Love Machine. Let's let these guys cook. And who needs the win? Does Eddie or Vampiro need it? Very good. Poor Vampiro needs the win. That's surprising. Actually, I guess it's not that surprising. Vampiro beats Chavo. That's why Chavo's here. Alright, by putting Chavo in the match, I kind of made that not a main event, huh? Oh well. If I do Eddie and Lasertron, and just against Vampiro and someone else, that's probably a better... Like that. Chavo is really taking this. Yeah, because Hector's got... Yeah, let's take Chavo out. Let's take Chavo out of this fucking match. Sorry, Chavo. So this will now be Vampiro. Teaming with... You know what? If we're doing a main event... There's only one man it could be. It's got to be El Dandy. It's got to be El Dandy. I replaced the wrong guy. I put Chavo and El Dandy. That's not... We don't want that. Also, this is no longer Steal the Show. This is just regular. Chavo can't lose because he's not in the match. So let's do Vampiro pinning Lasertron. And let's go 16 minutes. Alright. Oh, and let's change the name. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, we should do something with Piper and Viano, right? Because Piper, you know, we're in the States. The States love Piper. Actually, I think he's more popular in Mexico, but, you know. Let's turn the brands back on. Pero and Piper, that's a fun team. And they're brawlers. They're both brawlers. Yeah, let's do Pero and Piper. Against Savage and Viano. I mean, that's a cool match. Randy can brawl, right? This is just a wild brawl. Yeah, this is a wild brawl. Cool. Fuck. Fuck. Wild Brawl. Insane blunt rotation. Yeah. Yeah. Pero is fairly poor. Let's give Pero the win. This just started, so this won't matter. Yeah, let's give Pero the win. All right. I mean, that Wild Brawl, but that's not a thing we have to do. We have to do Tech Masterclass and then High Spot. All right, well, our other two matches will be those things. All right, promo. I mean, everyone can cut a promo because they speak Spanish in Los Angeles. Let's do a promo at the beginning of the show with Eddie and Vampiro. Oh, they're fuck. Let's do a promo at the beginning of the show with Eddie and Vampiro, where it's like, oh, they're not supposed to be here, etc., etc., and then we'll hyping a main event tag match. Eddie Vamp promo hyping main event tag match. Any thoughts on starting Perros Del Mal? I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess to answer your question, no. Zero thoughts. Zero thoughts, head empty. Negro Casas isn't really supposed to be on. I guess I could have him on no brand right now. I think that was kind of the plan. But whatever. Let's do our Tech Masterclass tag match that we've been threatening to do for several weeks now. So we wanted to do Norman. I mean, based on what we've booked, it would be Norman and Great Sasuke taking on Blue Panther and an evil technical wrestler besides him. Like El Dandy, who's already booked. Oh, Negro Casas is perfect. Also, he's over in America because we've been booking him on Nitro. Yeah, Negro Casas. Cool match. I mean, I think we just have to continue the story of, like, Blue Panther getting shitty wins. Let's have a win by countout. I love when my tag team tech masterclasses end by countout. Now we're booking. Alright, we need to steal a show match. Let's book American Love Machine. Speak of the devil. He's a heel for whatever reason. He's recognizable, right? Right? No, unimportant. Fuck. Okay. Who recognizable? Is there anyone left that's right? Well, Connect, but that's not a steal the show match. Steve Austin. Okay, all right. All right. Sorry, American Love Machine. Atlantis. I mean, what am I thinking trying to book a singles match anyway? Let's book a fucking 6-man tag. American Love Machine with his friends Atlantis and Blue Demon. I keep thinking like Blue Demon and Atlantis. I'm not booking them in a Steal the Show match, and then I'm like, wait, it's 1995. It's fine. They're not old. I can do it. Chris Candido, Kato Kung Lee Jr., and Taka, everyone's new favorite tag team. 12. Steal the Show. Let's give American Love Machine the win. And let's, I guess either Super Astro or Connect should cut a promo. Probably Connect. Probably Connect. I have no idea when if we're ever doing a big event. Like, I would like to do a Clash of the Champions, but I don't know when that would be because it doesn't like to tell me until like the month of. So I'm just gonna say Connect. Do we want to do it next week or no? Because it is almost the end of the month. Let's just say he'll get a title match with Super Astro soon. Connect is getting heavyweight title match with Super Astro soon. Y'all know what soon means, right? I mean, we could do a pay-per-view, but we have, our contract is for 12 pay-per-views a year, and we already have 12 pay-per-views. So if I did a CMLL pay-per-view, I would have to like take away from the other brands, or break it up so that it like each brand gets 4 or something like that. So which is not ideal. Also, this roster as it is now is too weak for a pay-per-view, really. Maybe in like a year. Because even though this is like a Mexican brand that we're aiming at the Mexican market and all that stuff, we're still based in America. That is still where we would be expecting to sell the pay-per-views, and this would do poorly. How much more time do we need? Like 10 more minutes? I mean, Ray and Psychosis aren't really even going to help me because they're not recognizable either. Also, what we really need to book is promos, and they're super not going to help me on that. Because we already have 4 pretty long matches. Piper. Let's send Piper and Pero out there to call out Randy and Viano for a tag match. Piper and Pero are teaming up. Call out Savage and Viano. All right, 6 more minutes. I would like to put something for the main event. Is there anyone here who I'm like, damn, they should cut a promo? Probably not. No, absolutely not. But, I mean, 77, we could just run a squash match. Who's local? That's actually a great question. There's probably a lot of cool local wrestlers. Is there anyone that's over? That would be in the recognizable zone. Ivan Putski. I can't imagine Ivan Putski's working. Okay, no one in the recognizable zone. Do I have anyone left that's recognizable to American fans? That's the question. Connect, he's cutting a promo, but I guess he's also wrestling. I mean, there's Steve Austin, but he's already mad at us. So I guess that promo is going to be either a pre or post match promo that he will cut after defeating Miguel Perez. Oops. Look at that, like 8 minutes. Alright, I want to open with this. Put that there. Oh no, we have to open with this Tech Master class. Yeah, I guess that's a show. I have no idea what this is going to get. We're doing a Super Viernes in America. I don't know. This could be anything. 82. Alright, 71. And not an ideal start. Norman has a gimmick that's getting stale. Yeah, I bet he does. What the fuck is his gimmick? Just fun babyface. And he's bad at it. Alright, cool. He can't play dominant. Oh, it's only telling me things he can't do. Okay, cool. Can't play dominant badass. Weasel Underdog or offbeat. He could do comedy or gimmicky cartoonish, although I'm afraid comedy will, like, kill him, especially if we're doing... Because we're a Lucha Resu product. Realistic? No, legitimate? Let's just give him a standard ass gimmick. Alright, Eddie Vampiro promo. Got an 80, that's fine. Might be the best thing on the show. Okay, Miguel Perez got a 71, which I assume is mostly because we're in America, but I could be wrong about that. $73 for the Connect promo. We'll take that. $77 for this match is actually really good because this side of the team was just like young dudes. So that's actually good that they were able to go with these guys. 62 for Candido is good. Ooh, I was hoping this would do better. Okay, alright. 79. Piper got a 52. And we're in America! Alright. This show's not going to... Alright. Super Viernes in America. It was a fun thought. Don't think we'll be doing this again. You know what? Actually, you know what? Show saved. El Dandy got an 82 in Los Angeles. I almost doubted El Dandy again. Although, with that said, we are not running another show in Los Angeles. At least not after this brand has been around for a while and, like, people have gotten more over and stuff. Because, I mean, up until this main event, this show was, like, cooked. And also, it was mostly because we sent Eddie and Vampiro over. It's like, when we started this brand, I thought Pero was going to be, like... You know, even though he's older, he was so over. I was like, I guess Pero's the star. I think the star of the brand is El Dandy. 85. We take that. We absolutely take that. For a show that was looking like a 74 until the main event, we will take it. And we made 600 grand. We made a lot more money running Los Angeles, that's for sure. Not that I care about that, really. Okay, and now we finally go. Oh, because the show is actually good. That's why. I was gonna say, oh, and now we gain pop in Mexico when we run in Los Angeles, but no, it's because we got an 85. That's why. Although I don't know why we're not going up. I guess it's because Nitro, Nitro and Saturday are also being shown in Mexico, but we're on a smaller channel. We're on a medium channel, whereas Super Viernes is on Televisa, which is like huge or whatever. So maybe that's why we have to do a good rating on the show that's on the huge channel to go up. I don't know. Which is, I'm pretty sure TBS and TNT are only medium, and we've gone up to like a 90 something on those. So I don't know. I have no idea. All right, well it's only 9:47. Let's do this fucking pay per view. Are you guys ready for Wrestle War? Real talk though, this show might be crazy. Like pretty much every pay per view we do gets 100 now, but like top three matches: Austin Hansen, Sting Pillman, and Misawa Kobashi might go crazy. House show in Ontario, sure. 860K for Saturday night, sure. I hope Steve is okay. Because he's wrestling Stan for 20 minutes regardless, brother. Not fatigued at all. Yeah, he needed a little time off. He's okay. He just wanted to stop going to Canada, and I don't blame him. We have no pad time. No pad time will have to be next show. It'll be too late after the pay-per-view. Also, I already have the Saturday pay-per-view already, so we won't need to do no pad time until like the next time we run a Nitro. Although I guess that'll be right at the beginning of the pay-per-view because it'll be a month. Well, whatever. We'll do it at the beginning of next stream. That was a really long-winded way to say we'll do it at the beginning of next stream. Wrestle War. Oh, we only spent 50 extra K? Oh. Doubling it this year. No nights off. I think I said we were going to the Midwest. Where we're going to draw 24,000. Let's up this a little bit. Still all the same places. Okay. Alright, we are going to the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. Alright. As always, let's stack these. No fires or anything to cut down on the meeting. And they still gave me a bunch of shit. Alright, cool. Maybe there should have been a fire. Navajo War... Nah. Oh, you just want to hang out? Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. Training... training... Lance Storm got yelled at. Taue ribbing the world champion is bold. Jericho won a video game tournament. Oh, what are they playing in 95? The PlayStation's out, right? So they're probably having like Battle Arena Toshinden tournament or something like that. Tekken 1 tournament. Dusty Rhodes did a waffle bar. Navajo Warrior showed up and just hung out with Jerry Lynn. Hell yeah. And then got in a fight with Seth. Bro, you don't even work here. You don't even work here. Alright. Oh, we have the Inspire. But do we use it here? What's our next review of Slamboree? The only one I would really want to use it on is one of the Starcades. And that's not till... Yeah, let's just use it. Fuck it. We'll get another one by December. Alright, last year's Wrestle War, we got a stinky 92. Yuck. Main evented with a tag match. That's a thing we don't do much anymore. Oh, God, what did we call this? This was like the Theater of War tag match or something like that. Also, Jushin Liger, rip. He'll be back one day. Tenru beat Rick Rude. Brian Pillman beat Sabu for the light heavyweight title. Bull was still the champ. Defeated Wendy Richter. Jumbo beat Masawa by DQ. Dustin was still fighting Ron Simmons. That's crazy. Miracle Violence Connection beat the Headhunters. Eddie beat Steve Regal. And then a crazy pre-show. Alright. Alright, we will be booking this show the cool, normal way. So we'll start with the main event. Steve Austin is going to simply win. All that stuff he said to Stan was just correct. The future is now, old man. We will do open. We will do slow build. Steve is winning. Do we have a Steve Austin creative finish? We don't. So we just have to use a near certainty, which is fine. Alright. We will do the old backstage hype promos with Austin and Hanson. It's time for the main event. Alright, Sting and Brian Pillman. Triple Crown. I'm giving them 18. Brian has done really well for himself, but I think Sting needs to retain. He just won this title. I don't think he should lose it in his first defense. Although we do have that Brian Pillman near certainty. You know what we could do? You know what we could do? Brian Pillman could win by, like, disqualification. How? I don't know. Creatively. That's you know, that's their job to figure out. Oh, they're like serious about the weight limit on the Triple Crown. I did not know that. Damn. Baba doesn't even work here anymore, and he called us up and was like, no, too small. Alright, fuck. Oh, it let us do it, though. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, we can just edit it. That's a good point. Minimum weight limit. 1 pound. Alright, fine. 60 pounds. Well, it will now that we just changed it. let's have let's see. He won by DQ. So this would have had to have been, and we used a creative finish. So this has to be something fucky like, hey, like Paul Lee threw a weapon into the ring, Sting caught it and hit Pillman, but then the ref saw him and DQ'd him. Something like that. It has to be something like that. So afterwards, let's have Sting be like mad that Pillman won by DQ. I think that, and then we could have like, or I guess it'd be like working the crowd, and then we could have like Pillman and Paulie walking up the ramp celebrating like they won. You know, like, yeah, we won, even though they didn't win the title. He did the Eddie, but like, yeah, I guess, but that's like a babyface spot. I think it's more just Sting, you know. Sting was stupid. Because that is also Sting's thing. Sting is stupid. Sting is a big dumb babyface. Masao and Kobashi. Hey, I have a question. What's y'all's stamina? 90-98? Sure. Stamina 81-89. Okay, not as high. I thought you'd be in the 90s too. Honestly, I'm gonna give you guys like 26 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to make this open. I'm going to make it slow build. And I'd like Kenta to win. I don't know if Masawa's going to do it, but that's what I would like. Wow, we only have one near certainty in the generics. Okay, I guess we'll go safe bet. What's your pop? 80? 87 star. Yeah, you can. Alright, let's see. Masawa is very unhappy. No, I would not like to continue anyway. Hey, what about like a 30-minute time limit draw? How do you feel about that? Still unhappy. Okay. All right. Well, let me talk to you. How do you want to put someone over in a match? Such as your good friend who you love, Kenta Kobashi. I am willing to do that. Okay, great. Never mind the time limit. Kobashi is simply winning again. You gotta send Inoki out there to celebrate with him. Oh, I hope they cook. I hope they cook. Please cook. Do I have 3 slow builds? No, this is just regular open. Yeah, let's go like 16 on this, actually. So we'll do slow build, like long slow build, regular, long slow build again. I think that's fine. Oh, shit, but we got this 2 out of 3 falls match. That needs to be long, too. All right, I think that's our opener. Also, it's going to be a tech masterclass. Is it spelled 2 out? Yes, it is spelled 2 out of 3 falls. I'm going to give this a long-ass time. Ultimo. Negro Casas. Let me double-check their stats. Psychology. I'm a little worried about the psychology. That's not super high. Stamina should be fine, though. Negro. Oh, you've got great psychology. It'll be fine. Oh, your stamina's lower, though. All right, let's see what happens. God damn it. Let's go like 23 minutes. And slow build, open, tech masterclass. There's no upper limit, just a minimum limit, so it should be fine. Oh, do we have an Ultimo Dragon finish? We don't. Alright. They're just gonna raw dog it. Oh, thank you, game. Put that title on the line. Oh, 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 oh. All right. Tag titles: Rude and Marty versus Owen and Steve Regal. Yeah, light heavyweight title is 2 out of 3 falls match. This like 14. Oh, what am I giving this storytelling match to? Is it this? What else do we have? I don't want it to be the women. Oh, it could be Sabu and Dustin. That's gonna be a story match. So we'll just have this be regular. Do I have one for Owen or Regal? I have one for Owen. Oh, we have one for Owen. Perfect. Winner, Owen Hart. Loser, Marty Jannetty. Beautiful. Let's have those new champs celebrate. They did it. They went from enemies to tag champs. You love to see it. I guess this is... Yeah, I should be working the crowd. Regal. Celebrate their long-waited... let's say long road to the titles. Alright, we're already at 126 minutes. So we might have to shave some of this off. Although Sabu and Dustin doesn't have to be long. Sabu and Dustin. American Nightmares Explode. Storytelling. I'm going to have this be a double DQ draw when Ron Simmons beats them both up. And that because this isn't a heel turn yet. It's a whose side is he on? We don't know. He beat everybody up. That's regular DQ. We want double DQ. There we go. Bucket, what's up? Dustin Rhodes is a bit unhappy. Damn, that's crazy. Let's do an angle afterwards. Let's get 3 minutes. Tease. Let's have Sabu and Dustin both down. Ron just kind of standing over them. And then Dusty comes out like, Ron, what the hell was that? Ron, answer me! And then Ron just like coldly walks away. We still have Jumbo Gordy and we still have Vader Bam Bam. We could get that in under 3 hours, especially because those are both probably going to be wild brawls, so they're both going to be like 10 minutes. This is going to be a wild brawl, right? 73.81, yeah, that's good Puro. Yeah. Yeah. 12 minutes. Wild brawl. I assume Jumbo is going to demand to win, because Jumbo kind of be like that. I mean, he's very over. He's, you know, it's kind of, yeah, he has to win. Jumbo can simply win. I don't know if this, like, continues. We'll see. We'll see how the match is. Alright, we can't do a 12-minute wild brawl for Terry Gordy. We can do a 10-minute wild brawl. That's fine. And then Big Van Vader and Bam Bam. Bam Bam probably have... He might not be able to do a 10-minute wild brawl. I don't know if we're continuing this either. But I feel like this is another thing where Vader kind of has to win. Actually, they're almost the same. That's surprising. Vader should be higher. Maybe we keep this going then. Although Vader is fairly poor, so he probably should win either way. Yeah, let's put Vader over. Actually, you know what? Oh, we have a Bam Bam. Oh, never mind. Bam Bam's got a near certainty. Never mind. Bam Bam is winning, brother. I mean, he could do it. He can do it shittily. We can send Mike Awesome out there to hit. Oh, Mike Awesome can hit a big Awesome Bomb on Vader, and then Bam Bam can go up top and hit like a moonsault. Hell yeah. Now we're booking. Okay, there's a bit unhappy. Money's fake. Oh, we didn't pick the women's match! I was like, we didn't get as close to the time limit as I thought. And then, bam, women's match. Alright. We are going to... How long has Bull had this women's title? Reign began on April 24th, 1994. Over a year. A year and 6 days. And only 5 defenses over that time. That's crazy. Said every couple of months. Cook. Winner. Cynthia. Let's end the storyline. Bull is very unhappy. Alright. Let's talk to her. Let me talk to you. You want to lose to Cynthia. Cynthia's good. We love Cynthia. Is it really that big? 33 to 50. I mean, it's big, but it's not like crazy. All right, I'm going to pull a Nick, and I'm just going to like preemptively give her money, which I guess I can't do from here. So we're just gonna say yes. 179 minutes, beautiful. And we're just going to, because I really need Bull to stick around. She's our only other over woman. So just gonna get out ahead of it and be like, hey, Bull, here's 25 grand. Happy. Ooh, we probably want her to be like super happy. So here's another 50 grand. There we go. So happy. All right. We got to open with Ultimo Negro Casas because that's Tech Masterclass. Then the women could probably go next. And then I would say Samu and Dustin. And then one of these Wild Brawls, probably Jumbo and Gordy. And then this. And then we can put this here. And then Masawa Kobashi, and then Singh Pillman. Yep. We should book a dark match. We made a lot of people unhappy today. I could give you 50,000 TEW dollars. That's the best I can do. Sorry. Three v 3 dark match. Who do we got left? We have a lot of women. We have a lot of women and Rey Mysterio. I have an idea. Rey Mysterio and his good friend Chaparita Asari and Lady Apache will take on Chris Jericho, Manami Toyota, and Lioness Asuka. What a match! I would like Manami Toyota to win. All right, I think that's everything. Let me triple check these promos just to make sure we have 3 different ones. Hype, storyline development, character. Yeah, no, we're good. I mean, we're shooting for 100. At this point, if we don't get 100 on a pay-per-view, it's kind of a disappointment. So, show me a 100. All right, 69 on the pre-show match. We will take that. Chaparita got a 61. All right, Chaparita. Sorry, I see you. Toyota. Oh, now that we have a babyface champion and Toyota's... Oh, man. The Cynthia Moreno... Although this Cynthia and Manami already fight each other a bunch. I don't know. I could do it again. I don't care. No one can stop me. 81. Okay. I had hoped... Why did this... 88, 74, 81. What happened here? Was it too long? Was this storyline not hot enough? Storyline not hot enough. Interesting. Okay. Damn. I thought this was going to get a 90-something, so an 81 is pretty rough. Ron is not in the match because we did an angle 2 weeks ago where we Pillmanized him. And we're going to turn him heel, and he's... Dustin was too late saving him, so he's gonna blame Dustin, but still also be mad at Sabu because Sabu did it. So that was just the way that made sense to me, where all three of them would be fighting each other, because the way I had booked it until then, Sabu turned and the other guys were faces, and that's just a 2-on-1 match. That wouldn't be very good. Okay, at 80 for the women. Hell yeah, that's got to be the highest women's match we've ever had. So that's great. Oh, they have great chemistry. That's good. I hope this was big for Cynthia. I hope she gained like 5 points of pop. She needs it. $87 for Sabu and Dustin in like a bullshit 10-minute storytelling match. Okay. All right. This is a hot story. People are into this. No, we're not turning him. Or, yes, we're not turning him. And then a 71 for Dusty being like, Ron, what the hell? Ron Porquet. Sorry, wrong brand. 90 for Jumbo and Terry. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you to brother Michael Hayes for telling us not to go 12 minutes. 90 for the tag title match. All right, good. Owen Hart creative finish was a success. Steve Regal and Owen Hart both got 91s. You know what? And I was making fun of Marty of like, oh, he's bringing up the rear. My brother got an 88. He was really good. I gotta stop shitting on Marty Jannetty. 80 for these guys celebrating. 90 for Vader. That's got to just be the cap for Wild Brawl, right? I thought maybe we'd go over it with the creative finish, but I don't think we did. I think 90 is just the highest you get on a Wild Brawl. But, you know, no complaints. All right. This is what I was hoping for. We got a 99 on the Misawa Kobashi match. I was a little worried I gave them too much time, which would have been stupid because Misawa and Kobashi have had like 30, 40-minute matches, long matches, but sometimes the game doesn't agree with you about things like that. But no, this fucking ruled. They got a 97 wrestling rating. They just fucking went crazy. And they have chemistry, and the creative finish worked. So this went about as well as possible. And then 88 for Inoki and Kobashi, which is especially crazy because Inoki did a bad job without a script, but they still got an 88. Another 99 for Sting and Brian Pillman, and that's a match with a DQ finish, so that's crazy. But Pillman gets his baloney finish here. Sting is still a champion. Paulie did a bad job without a script here, even though all him and Brian were doing were like celebrating as I walked up the ramp. We got our hype promos, 92 for that. Can we get 3 straight 99s? I think we can. Can this get 100? I don't know. Let's see. Main event. 3 straight 99s. We take. Creative finish worked again. Stan was actually the better of the two, which is a little surprising. Although maybe not. I mean, you know, I do think Stan Hansen is the better worker than Steve Austin, so I guess that's not that surprising. I guess I just keep thinking at some point Stan is going to start slowing down, but I mean, it's Stan fucking Hansen. He doesn't have to slow down. He's Stan Hansen. Why would he slow down? $100. I will say, I think this is the best pay-per-view we've done. I mean, 90, 99, 99, 99. That's crazy. That is like 3 match of the year candidates and 2 like damn good matches. And then honestly a 2 out of 3 falls match that at least some people are going to be like, no, that was the best match. The crowd just wasn't into it because they're stupid. Got an 80 women's match? Like this show cooked. I mean, there were so many 99s, I can't even just put over the people that got 99s. Although a lot of people were mad at me, so we should probably, I think Dustin and Sabu were both mad about the draw. So let's point them out as a good example. Chat, who else was mad at me? Bull Nakano? Who else? Oh, was it Vader? No, it wasn't Vader. Masawa was mad, but then we talked him into it. Wasn't Sting. I don't know, whatever. We'll just put someone over. I mean, I guess we could do Masawa anyway. Everyone's pleased. We made $2.5 million. Hell yeah. Pop recap. Up in the Midwest, up in the Maritimes. Gained a whole point in Chubu and Kyushu. Scrum. Velvet McIntyre recently announced her pregnancy. Your thoughts? It's great news. Imagine answering any of these other 3. That's crazy. It's not the best timing. It's certainly thrown a wrench in my plans. Hopefully she isn't on maternity. What? No. It's great news. Congratulations. Ventura might. Yeah, that's a good point. Word is that Booker T is extremely happy with life in WCW. Are you proud of your man management skills? I'm glad that he's having a good time in WCW. People are calling WCW Wrestle War 95 a success, but what's your view? It was a huge success. The roster should be very proud. We saw Rey Mysterio Jr. have an off night. Is he going to hold him back at WCW? Everyone has off nights. Give him a break. What, if anything, are you planning to do about Don Callis? It's an open secret that he's annoyed about how things are going for him in WCW. I won't be doing anything because it's a trivial non-issue. People are going to be unhappy from time to time. I'll talk to him and address it. I'll talk to Don. I'm sure you'd agree that Stan Hansen put on a great performance tonight. However, given his age, do you think that time is running out? He's one of the biggest stars in WCW. I mean, I was literally just saying I keep thinking he's going to slow down and he doesn't. As long as he keeps performing, his age is irrelevant. La Diobelica says that she's annoyed at the moment. Is this a problem? I'll talk to her. Oh, okay. Thank you, Granapachi. Good to know. I assume that's like his daughter or something. Or one of them. I don't know. Yes, show of the year will for sure be interesting because we are just stacking 100 after 100. Although, like I said, I think the show we just did is like genuinely our best show. Brian Pillman and Bull Nakano split up. No! Bull lost the belt and Brian dumped her like a bad habit. He was just like, get out of here, loser. That's crazy. Not his daughter, but Apache basically trained every woman in Mexico. Okay, that makes sense. We got 750,000. That's a crazy. I mean, I guess that's with all three of our markets or whatever. Not, no, we're on TV in the other two markets. We do like 900,000 people for TV, and we get 750,000 buys. That is an insane conversion rate. Almost everyone that watches the TV buys the pay-per-view. That doesn't happen. That's very unrealistic. All right. Well, that's going to do it for WCW. Slamboree is in 13 days? We should think that's too soon. Like, I'm happy to do a pay-per-view again that soon, but, like, the game will yell at us. It's going to be like, you just ran a pay-per-view. Modify. All right. Let's do it. Let's just push it back a week. Let's not go crazy. We'll push it back 1 week. All right, that's more like it. All right. That's going to do it. I will be back next week. We will have Nitro. We'll have notepad time right off the bat. I got to do something about this notepad too. It's a mess right now. I have like notes all over the place for all three shows. We'll be back next week. We'll be building up the Slamboree, which we do have booked already. We're doing Austin and Arn Anderson at the top of that card. Steiners, there's Tenryu and Martel, Flair and Steamboat. You know, we got a bunch. Oh, Eddie and Vampiro in a casket match, of course. Lots of stuff going on over there. And then Thursday, AEW. Nick finally did his pay-per-view. We are on the road to Forbidden Door 2026. But before that, I got to make a little pit stop in Japan. I'm getting to, it's finally the last leg of the world tour I've been doing over on Dynamite. So I'll be in Chubu and Kansai this week. And Nick, he's cooking up something. I don't know. He just had his pay-per-view, so I think he's kind of restarting a little bit. But we have that pay-per-view booked. It's a crossover show, so you're going to see a lot of like mixing of the brands and stuff. So it should be a fun stream. Go check that out. Nick just found out that he's cooking, so he's worried now. But now he's got 2 whole days to come up with something, so he'll figure something out. I believe in him. Nick, shut up! I'm selling. This is like telling someone, like, you're a server at a restaurant and you're like, we have a great special tonight. And then the cook comes out and he's like, I didn't cook a special. Like, bro, shut up. But yeah, check that out on Thursday. And that's going to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's it. Bye, everybody.